Hello and a warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to talk about self-confidence. So we will discuss what is self-confidence, how does it affect your life, what are some of the ways that can help you build your self-confidence and work upon your self-esteem, and what are some of the things that you should not do to build your self-confidence. So first is, what is self-confidence? Self-confidence is nothing but a feeling of trust, on one's abilities, on one's qualities, and on one's judgment. It is a feeling that I am the best. I can do anything in this world. I can do anything which anybody else can do, and definitely I can do it in a better way. So this is self-confidence. Having self-confidence can bring many benefits to you and in your life, not just in your work, but at your home, in your day-to-day work, as well as in your relationship. So it helps you build your relationship stronger. So not just your relationships at home, but with your colleagues, your peers, your friends, everybody. So let's look at a few things which self-confidence can have on your day-to-day life. 1. People who are more confident are more open to try new things. So when you believe in yourself, you'll be more willing to try new things. Whether you apply for a promotion or you sign up for a cooking class, believing in yourself is the key to putting yourself out there. People who are more confident, they perform better. So when you feel confident in yourself, you spend more energy and you devote more of your time in doing the things in a better way, rather than spending all your time and energy in worrying about as to how this will happen, how I'll be able to do it, whether I'll be able to do it or not. You spend your time in actually doing it. So you ultimately perform better when you feel confident. 3. Better resilience. So confidence or believing in yourself enhances your ability to bounce back from any challenge or adversity that you face in life. So who doesn't face problems in the life? But then coming out of that problem, getting up and starting again is what is more important. And people who are more confident find it much easier to come out of it. It improves relationships. So having a healthy dose of self-confidence can help keep your relationships healthy and happy. Plus, not just keeping your relationships healthy, it also gives you the confidence and the power to walk out of any relationship where you feel that you are stuck and you deserve better. Definitely, we all deserve better, but then we should have the confidence and belief on ourselves that yes, I deserve better. Okay, so what are some of the things that you can do to build your confidence? First and foremost, stop comparing yourselves to others. The others are leading their own life and you are leading your own life. What they are going through or what they've gone through, you don't know. You only know where you are. So you should only be bothered about how to make your life better and how to take yourself to the heights where you want to go. So instead of comparing yourself with the others, in spending your energy and time wondering why is his photograph looking better as compared to mine on Facebook, or why is his salary better than mine, or why is he eating chicken and I'm eating only dal at dinner. So stop worrying about all that. Start thinking about where you have to go and how you have to go. Okay, instead of worrying, do some of these following things. 1. Be good to others. Count on your blessings. Be thankful for what you have. Identify and avoid your enemies. Seek positive support. Okay, next, take care of your body. A healthy body physically and a healthy mind leads to a happy life. So it's hard to feel good about yourself if you are abusing your body. On the other hand, practice self-care. If you know you are doing something positive for your mind, body and spirit, you will naturally feel confident. So try doing exercise, try meditating, have good sleep, try some new diets daily. Do something or the other to keep yourself fit and healthy. Next, practice self-compassion. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness when you make a mistake, when you fail, or when you experience a setback. Speaking to yourself harshly, abusing yourself is not going to motivate you to do better. In fact, learn from your failures. See where you went wrong. Evaluate what you did wrong, how things could have been better, and start again. It is found, researchers have said that self-compassion contributes to more consistent confidence. Thinking everyone messes up sometimes or the other. Stop thinking that only you mess up. Stop thinking that only you are stupid, you are ruining everything. Believe in yourself, get up and start again. Use the power of positive self-talk. Using self-talk that is optimistic can help you foster self-comparison, embrace self-doubt, and take on new challenges. On the other hand, negative self-talk can limit your abilities and lessen your confidence by convincing your subconscious mind that you can't handle it, or it is too hard for you, or if you do this, something will go wrong with you. You shouldn't try it. Stop listening to that voice. Instead, listen to that inner voice of yours who says, get up, do it. You are the best version of yourself. Do it. Next time when you begin, think positive and you will be more confidently doing it. And when you do it more confidently, you will definitely perform better. Embrace self-doubt. So sometimes people put off doing things like inviting someone on a date or applying for a promotion until they feel more confident. But sometimes the best way to gain confidence is by doing it. Try doing things that your brain tells you that you can't. So tell your brain that no, I can and I will. Everyone struggles with confidence issues at one time or another. But if your self-confidence issues interfere with your work, your social life or your education, you should consider, giving it a second thought. Telling yourself that no, you are the best version of yourself and you can definitely do it and definitely do it better. It is possible to have, sometimes it is, possible that you have overconfidence on yourself. So overconfidence is also not good. If you are overly confident on your abilities, you cannot take action. Being overconfident about your ability to ace a test might prevent you from studying, or assuming that you don't need to practice a presentation, which could where it is going to lead you. So it's good to be confident, but it is bad to be overconfident. That's it, folks. Look out for more. Bye.